Hello. Y'all out there? Okay. We're going to start the program to keep us on time so we can all go to an after event, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go from the script here. Good morning, fellow public servants, and welcome to our Saturday breakfast program. Oh, that's tomorrow. I'm sorry. Okay. That's my shot at humor tonight. Seriously, good evening. I'm still Denny Doyle, Mayor of Beaverton and President of the League of Cities. All right. Thank you very much. So welcome to tonight's... Oh, geez, Phil. All right. Thank you. All right.
He's done a great job, hasn't he?
Thank you so much. Here, give me a picture. You know, if I'd have known this was coming, I would have worn my cowboy hat, because I got one. Ann, would you like to? All right. Thanks again, Phil. And it was really kind of unexpected. Woo. So, back to what I was trying to say here. It's our opportunity tonight to recognize exceptional leadership in our cities as we go through, present the Herman Carley Award and the James C. Richards Memorial Award a little bit later. To begin tonight's program, I have several people I would like to recognize, that we all should recognize. First and foremost, I want to offer special thanks to our host this year, the City of Portland, and the surrounding cities here in the metro areas that had tours and so on and so forth. And from those cities, I'd like to really thank the elected officials and the appointed officials who are here tonight from those cities. Thank you very much. And please pass along to your colleagues who weren't able to make it the gratitude for everybody here, almost 500 of us, probably in dinner, a lot more than that, for hosting this event. So if you could join me in a round of applause for the host of this great event. All righty. And another local part of this has been the wonderful service the Portland Police Department has given us. They're working 14-hour days, and they're in and about, so they're working a long time. So if there's anybody from the police department who can hear some applause, let's give them some applause, please. Oh, yes. Next, we got to say thank you to one state elected official I know is here, Senator Betsy Johnson. Betsy? I don't know if the electeds who were here earlier today, if anybody else was able to stay on, but I didn't see anybody I knew, but that's not that unusual. I don't see anybody else, so thank you. Thank you again, Betsy. Okay. Watch the jokes you tell that guy, please. All righty. Now I'd like to look at thanking our board of directors. I know a bunch of the board is here. A couple people were actually, their real jobs got in the way of attending. The rest of you, can you please stand up? If they're at your table, tell them thank you. They put in a lot of time to make this organization what it is. All right. Wave or something? All right. All right. So again, they are distinguished members of their communities sharing their time with us at a state level. All right. Now this gets to the old-timer segment of the program. I'd like to recognize the past presidents. So also in our audience tonight are some of the past presidents of the League of Cities. And I don't know if we're going to see any pictures of them, but past presidents, if you're willing to admit you were a past president, would you please stand up so we can thank you? Come on, George. I don't know who else is here. Look at this. Seniority rules in the front. All righty. Also, we have, we're not in this game of politics and helping people in Oregon alone. We have affiliates that are here, and we have a lot of the presidents of their organizations as well as perhaps their staff. So would you please, from our different groups, the counties and so on and so forth, please stand up so we can thank you for all your service. Don't be shy. Okay. All righty. Now, here's a really important thank you. As you know, events don't happen because we think them, and poof, it's done. So I'd like to recognize the Conference Planning Committee this year for coming up with their programs that we were able to attend. I've heard a lot of compliments. The content of this conference is planned by you, our members, And this year we had many people helping us in this process. The group really worked hard, many phone conferences to ensure the concurrent sessions were relevant and timely, and that you had specific take-home information to share with your colleagues at home. So if you can stand up here on the committee, there's a bunch of folks, please don't be shy. If I could stand up again, I'd be part of that. So these are the folks who put the sessions together, heard a lot of compliments. Thank you all very, very much. On that note, this is really a time to think about next year, 2018, for our next conference. The League is interested in hearing from you, our members, on what you'd like to hear about and learn about at our next conference. If you're interested in serving, keyword serving on the conference committee, I encourage you to give your contact information to any LOC staff member. I think that's really important that we have new ideas may come in. You may have said, well, after today, there's something else I'd like to hear about. Well, that's okay with us. A lot of ideas are generated from now to the time where we have to make decisions. So if you have any ideas, please let us know. So those of you who are on that, it's just been amazing and if you want to thank staffers for it, that would be good. So speaking of staffers, I would like to recognize at this time all of our League staff members. Please stand up, wave your hands. These are the folks, these are the glue for the organization. They make it happen. All right. Thank you. So we're going to move on to a thank you to our interim executive director, Craig Honeyman, as well as his team. We heard that without them, we wouldn't have the organization we have. And Craig, would you please stand and wave? Come on. I know you don't like this. All right. Thank you again. As I mentioned earlier, we've had 2 outstanding days so far here in Portland. I hope you have gained valuable and insightful observations throughout the concurrent sessions. And as you might recall, the keynote speaker in the presentation was Major M.J. Hagar. The tours and the breakfast sessions that will give you and your cities the tools to move forward in your community. Let's hear it again for the MJ. Wasn't that an amazing... Hopefully you can get your access to the video and take it home and share it. It's pretty inspirational stuff. So tomorrow will be another jam-packed day as well. I think you'll get a lot out of the morning sessions, depending on how much you misbehaved this evening. And then we'll conclude this year's conference with Lincoln portrayer Steve Holgate. The level of quality we have for our conference simply would not be possible without some really important folks, namely our sponsors. Their contributions help us put on such an outstanding program. I'd like to thank and recognize the 7 organizations that are sponsoring dinner tonight. AT&T, Union Pacific, so waiting for that, Johnson Controls, the Energy Trust of Oregon, we all know who they are, Swire Coca-Cola, Mobilite, and the law firm of Jordan Ramus. On behalf of the League, I'd like to thank each and every sponsor for their generous financial contribution and support helping us bring you tonight's dinner. Okay, we are way ahead of schedule. Up next is, I like that. The sooner I get to have a glass of wine. Up next, we'll be presenting this year's Exceptional Service Awards. First, I would like to recognize and thank the panel of judges who served on the Exceptional Service Awards Committee and helped select our winners. It's never an easy task. It's always a challenge. So the committee was made up of, the judge was made up of Lou Ogden, Mayor of Tualatin, Lou, Wilda Parks, Milwaukee City Councilor, Stephanie Chase, Hillsborough Library Director, and Dale Schaefer, Nehalem City Manager. Would you all stand up if you're here so we can see you? Lou, don't sit down, stand up. All righty. Thank you. So another heartfelt thank you to the panel of judges. I know the task is not easy. All right, we're going to move to our first award, the Herman Carley Award. This is our first Exceptional Service Award, which recognizes a city employee who has provided exceptional contributions to government. Herman Carley served as both Executive Director of the League of Oregon Cities and director of the University of Oregon Sorry Beavers, former Bureau of Governmental Research and Services, get this, from 1933 to 1966. Let that soak in. The quality of city government in Oregon today is due in large part to the success of that bureau and the high standards set by its founder and founders. We're going to cut the chase. A young man who is in the audience. We're going to have some fun with this young man, but I'd like to recognize the award winner for this year, the Herman Cairley Award, City Manager Jason Tuck of Happy Valley. You know, Jason, if you want to park nearby, or you can come up and be really embarrassed, but before we bring you up to the stage, let me share his story with you. No, you can't have my bottle. Come on. Please, you can join me here, but it's going to be embarrassing, but come on up. All right. Jason is in his 8th year of service as the city manager of Happy Valley, and his clear vision, compassion, and dedication are a perfect fit for this city. During Jason's tenure, Happy Valley has increased in size by 50%. The number of residents have tripled, with 18,822, probably more by now, calling the city home. By fostering positive partnerships with each other government agency as well as community organizations, Jason has expanded the city's ability to directly provide additional services such as a library, parks and recreation, transportation, and retail sewer services. Jason provided stability for Happy Valley at the height of the economic recession. Remember those good old days? Rather than dictate how to cut costs, he worked collaboratively with all employees to develop a strategy. Employees agreed to increase contributions to their health insurance, retire early, and forego pay increases in order to avoid layoffs. That's teamwork. And that takes a leader. In addition, Jason implemented multiple financial best practices, increasing the city's reserve and establishing a capital equipment replacement fund. Jason has the unwavering confidence of his city council. He may have the unwavering confidence of somebody else, somebody who's near and dear to all of our hearts, Happy Valley Mayor Lori DeReamer. I think we'll see a video message if we can cue that up.
Good evening, LOC. It's Mayor DeReamer here. I just wanted to say a few words regarding Mr. Tuck. I couldn't do my job without the clear vision and sounding board that Jason has proven to be. Mr. Tuck prepares me daily to make decisions on behalf of the citizens of Happy Valley. He makes me a better mayor, and for that alone, I respect him tremendously. So, Jason, on behalf of the City Council and myself, congratulations. You deserve it.
All right. Oh, we're not there yet. I told you this is going to take a while. I hope you reflect upon the background of that picture. I'm not divulging where that was shot from, but I wish I was there. A little vacation going on. So not only has Jason made a difference in Happy Valley, but he has worked to improve the quality of life in the surrounding region. He played a key role in preserving and opening the Scooters Mountain Nature Park by forming partnerships with Metro and North Clackamas Parks and Recreation District, included among Jason's many accomplishments as a city manager, transitioned Happy Valley Library from Clackamas County to the city, nearly doubling the total number of staff overnight. I know that was an easy process. Serving as the project manager and contributing to the design of City Hall. It's a great, beautiful facility. He facilitated the repayment of $5 million in bonded debt 10 years early, saving the city nearly $900,000 in interest. That deserves applause. We balance budgets that way. With Jason's support, Happy Valley established a rotating sculpture garden and permanent art committee. He also created a thriving youth council program, joining other cities throughout Oregon and the nation in a very spectacular way. Those kids are phenomenal. We see them in D.C. and should be very proud of that. And plus the folks that walk them through everything. So it is really my pleasure and honor to present Jason Lee with the Herman Cairley Award. Would you please come forward? I think I was going to read this slow to make you suffer anymore. But I would like to truly present this award. You worked very hard, and here it is. Come on. Thank you. I have the booth for the picture. I gotta hold this. I love hanging out with young guys. Yeah, take your time. We're here for a while.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Okay. You're not leaving. Okay. Thank you. I would like to embarrass Jason even more to invite him to speak for about 15 minutes here at the microphone.
That's it?
That's
15?
it. All right. Thank you.
About 15 seconds. This all happens, all those projects you heard about, starts with the council, the mayor, and the staff we have. So this award is for them. I just happen to be their representative tonight. So thank you for the honor, and this is a huge surprise. So thank you.
I'm glad they got that. Well done. You deserve it. Okay? Good. Okay, we're going to stop right here, have some dinner, and get back to the ceremony whenever they tell me to. Enjoy. So if I can have your attention again, we'll get back on the program. Thank you. Quiet, quiet, quiet. Can you hear me in the back? There's a lot of noise between me and the bar. Okay. Our final award for this evening is the Mark O. Hatfield Statesmanship Award. This award was established in appreciation of our beloved U.S. Senator Mark Hatfield for his career in public service. It recognizes lifetime achievements of statewide impact by someone well known to the citizens of Oregon. Mark Hatfield began his political career in 1950 as a member of the Oregon legislature, and in 1956 became the youngest Secretary of State in Oregon history at age 34. I don't remember age 34. He was elected to the U.S. Senate in 1966 and became the longest-serving senator from Oregon in 1993. Hatfield never lost an election and was known, that's pretty special, and was known as an independent legislator who voted his conscience, for which he earned bipartisan respect from colleagues and occasionally total angst from his colleagues. The Hatfield Award is presented to a deserving statesman who has provided long-lasting benefits to the quality of life for Oregon citizens. Applicants must be held in high esteem by the public due to their unselfish devotion to the call of what we know as public service. Just as a special treat, I'd like to invite a past recipient of this award to the stage with me. I would like to welcome, in 2013, right after that terrible accident, I remember talking to you before this, I'd like to welcome a rock star Senator, Betsy Johnson. Betsy's on the other side.
Thank you very much. A little residual accident, so it's nice to have a chivalrous hand up the stairs. If I were to call Central Casting and ask them to send me the prototype for the mayor of Pendleton, Philip Houck would arrive in the next mail. In my experience, no other Oregon mayor is so singularly associated with his place. Phil's fingerprints are all over Pendleton. He served on the city council for more than 20 years and as mayor for more than a decade. I don't know how long he's been on the Roundup board. His stewardship of the environment and interest in healthy communities is reflected through his participation in the Greater Eastern Oregon Regional Solutions Advisory Board and the Oregon Solutions Steering Committee. Across the spectrum of community service, Phil Houck is Eastern Oregon's go-to guy. Economic development, urban renewal, transportation, youth athletics, social services, philanthropy, public safety, literacy, culture, and the arts. Phil is either the committee chairman, member of the board, spark plug, fundraiser, arm twister, or liaison. He's helped build a convention center, an airport, a new fairgrounds, new rodeo facilities, and launch pads for unmanned aerial vehicles. He's populated downtown Pendleton with magnificent pieces of public art memorializing the multicultural history of Pendleton's signature events, the Roundup and Happy Canyon, all the while maintaining a rigorous travel schedule and executing a full-time demanding professional job. Phil doesn't just talk the talk and walk the walk. Damn, what a hunk! Leave that one up there. It's making my hands sweat. Phil doesn't just talk the talk and walk the walk, he looks the part. In the Roundup parade, Phil has more silver on his horse, his saddle, and himself than possessed by the Incas. And that's only the Pendleton part of Phil's eclectic life. On the international and national stage, Phil has been a confidant and advisor to U.S. senators, members of Congress, foreign governments, notably Indonesia and China for USAID, and sovereign Indian nations. He has worked to improve care and vocational opportunities for injured workers as a member of the National Disability Board. Phil's in Salem regularly, advising both Republicans and Democrats on natural resource issues, water storage, military matters, education, collaborative problem solving at the request of multiple governors, and has served as a special advisor to the Supreme Court on judicial subjects. Phil is an indefatigable cheerleader for good government, and his leadership has strengthened both the League of Oregon Cities and the Oregon Mayors Association. He doesn't just wear the organizational titles, he does the trench work, organizing league conferences, serving on panels, heading up committees, advising less seasoned elected officials, and serving as a bridge to state agencies, the legislature, and the executive branch. He's the only mayor to have served as the president of the Oregon Mayors Association, the president of the League of Oregon Cities, and the president of the League of Oregon Foundation. Phil is a genuine, blunt, hardworking, professional, charismatic, wise, and totally engaged soul, whatever the topic, the problem, or the opportunity. There is a quote attributed to Abraham Lincoln that fits Phil Houck perfectly. I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place is proud of him. I am truly honored to be his friend and the presenter of the League of Oregon Cities Mark O. Hatfield Statesmanship Award to Mayor Philip Houck of Pendleton. And Phil, as you come up, ladies and gentlemen, now that Phil's up here, Phil, there's one more person here tonight that would like to honor you. And here she comes.
Hi, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks Thanks, everybody. Thanks for letting me crash your party. And if I'd known they were so fun, I'd be coming every year. Now I know I'll be here every year. I have to say, I heard Senator Johnson's words. She's an amazing speaker. She's an amazing leader for her state. And I just want to say thank you, Senator Johnson. Wow. Woo-hoo! And Phil Houck, what an amazing soul you are. Congratulations on this award. We are so proud of you. And I am proud to call you a friend. I appreciate your counsel. I appreciate your collaborative nature. I love your common sense problem solving. And I just have to say, every minute of your life, you have worked to make Oregon a better place for us all. And I just so appreciate your leadership, and congratulations. And let her buck! Woohoo! Yeah.
From a humble president to a humble president, congratulations.
First of all, I have to say you got me. I was carrying the whiskey up, or preparing the whiskey for whoever the award was going to be, and I hey Phil. Oh yeah. Gotcha. So what I think I need to do, since I got 2 bottles, is I think I need to give one to the governor and one to our senator for their. I'm kind of a has-been, and it's one of those things where, I honestly, I did not expect this at all. You guys did very well. There was no leaking, apparently, when it did come to this. But first, to start off, I want to thank my wife, Kathy, of 36 years. She's a wonderful person, has always been there supporting me, and it's something I just truly appreciate. And, again, when you're in these roles, in many cases you find yourself in very difficult situations at times, and those people that are in many cases hurt the most. I've got pretty thick skin, I can take it, but it's those family members, your wife and your husband and your kids. They feel that pain, and you just keep on marching forward, doing the right thing for the right reasons, and that's what we try to do, and all of you try to do. I do want to say, with regard to Mark Hatfield, I knew Mark, I knew him well. He was a wonderful U.S. Senator. He chaired the appropriations, which was really quite a remarkable feat. In other words, we were able to bring back a number of different U.S. funds to Oregon, and that's why you see his name on so many buildings. I remember back then when we had one U.S. senator who was a chair of budget and one that was the chair of appropriations. Well, you budget. Yeah, it was great times, during that time. So one budgets it, one appropriates it, and of course that person gets his name on the wall. But it really was a good thing. But I really feel fortunate to be an Oregonian. I feel fortunate to be from Pendleton, and as a matter of fact, I've been so lucky and so blessed to have such good, supportive city councilors. We have a great mayor that's in place. If you all would please stand as far as the Pendleton City Council mayor. What's nice when you have a very diverse council, people think in a lot of different ways. It's always kind of creative to try and bring it together. Everyone's represented there, and that's a nice thing. And then We also have a great city manager. I've worked with a lot of city managers. You can't find a better one than Rob Corbett. So, Rob, please stand. You all, have been great counsel to me over the years, so this award certainly is for you. You've made me what I am today, certainly. I appreciate it, and I just feel good to be able to give back. I didn't plan on this. I mean, I really didn't plan on it, but I loved coming back and being a sponsor with Union Pacific Railroad and helping move this forward. When it comes to, and I want to point out one thing, since I got the microphone, that's right. But I am president of LOC Foundation still, and I 2 weeks ago I sent out letters to all the mayors, and there we go. Thank you. And that was for the mayors, and it was on email and hard copy. So you should be getting that and look for it, because we're requesting a nickel per capita to donation back. And it's really good, because if we as a state don't have all the cities at the table to talk about the issues, confront the issues of the small and the large cities, we're not doing our job. We're not being representative of our state as a whole. So this foundation really creates that opportunity for scholarships and training. So when you get that, make sure you bring it before your council, get it approved, send it in. You have a couple of different ways that it can be contributed, and that's important for us as we move forward. But I know that you have a lot of other things going on, but I want to tell you, coming back, not as a mayor, but as a sponsor, and then also the opportunity to speak to our councils, the council group workshop, that was a fun thing for me to do, and be able to meet and see everybody and all my old buddies. I mean, I just love so many different people here. There's not a better group of people than the League of Oregon Cities and the Oregon Mayors. You're just wonderful. You're doing great things for your communities. You're working hard. You're taking lots of bullets, and yet you keep on moving forward one step at a time. And that's what we got to do in order to make our state, our community, and our region better. So with that, thank you very much. Letterbuck.
Just one more thing, if I may, with our mayor. In case you need a wedding performed, you're looking at the wedding team right here. We do good.
Yeah, that was something that somebody said. What's the deal here? We got Senator Betsy Johnson
That's
here.
right.
We got the Mayor Doyle here, and we got George and Chris Anna here. Is there going to be another wedding?
So anybody in the market? We hire out cheap, just a glass of wine.
That's right.
All righty.
Now, enjoy yourselves, but also you need to remember, I think there's a president's party tonight.
Yep.
And it's important to go. I'm sure he has Pendleton whiskey there. At least he has a fifth that I gave him. And
that's not going to be shared. I'm sorry.
And that's important. And he doesn't.
Ann's got it. Ann's got that bottle.
Okay, Ann's got the bottle. But anyway, go to those, because again, you get to build those relationships that are important, that'll help you out into the future. Thank you.
Thanks again, Phil. See you. Thank you. Okay, so once again, I get to follow quite the event. As I said this morning, never follow a rock star war hero, a dog, or a kid. Now I got to follow this little event. So, but I hope you're surprised with everybody. I was watching Phil. I know he was. His wife was probably the CIA at some point. Did a great job. Very, very much we appreciate that. Governor, thank you so much for being here. One more wave. Be safe. Okay. So, the script says, wow, that's an understatement. But this award portion of the program has always been my favorite over the many years that I've been coming to meetings. Just, just taking a moment to recognize our true champions in public service. And there's many of us that could be here. Someday you may be here. But it's enough to know a lot of us think you all are very cool, to use a new term from the 60s. So, ever so briefly, because I realize I'm the last person standing between you and the door or your dessert tray. You're supposed to laugh there. That's what it says. Laugh. Thank you. However, I'd like to share a few closing thoughts, if I may. This morning we talked about how we are stronger together than we are alone. Simply amen to that. Tomorrow is Sunday, so that's appropriate. With that said, that's right. It's 2 days, sorry. It's somebody's service on Saturday. I'm just Space Cadet. That's all right. Okay. Actually, I go to 5 o'clock on Saturday. I'm sorry. I'm trying to wiggle out of that. With that said, as the mayor in the metro region, and be quiet, I have always approached our work from a regional and collaborative perspective. I'm going to pay for that later, I know. Working together to solve common problems and common sets of issues, in my mind, makes a heck of a lot of sense rather than going it alone. It's heartwarming to see our league alive and well in 2017 with the same collaborative values. Together, we are truly stronger than we are alone. Send that to DC. Now, I would like to very briefly highlight what I believe were the top successes for your league in 2017. Clearly, without a doubt, as cities, we had major victories in a couple of really important areas. Thank you to the folks in Salem. 2 very important LOC priorities were passed and signed by the governor. First, a mere $5.3 billion transportation package. Is that good? Relatively soon, these revenues will be distributed to your hardworking cities throughout our great state. This is really a fantastic win, and you should be very proud of your legislatures, and please thank them when you see them, and wherever you may live. They made this happen. It was a really unified, kind of a precious moment in the state's history of what we saw happen. It took 4 years, as we heard earlier today, but they got it together. And you all, by talking to your electeds, helped make that happen. Many organizations were part of that. You helped make that happen. Grassroots advocacy back at home, whether it's a barbecue, a coffee, a town hall, a Green River soda, your hometown work won the day on the transportation front. So I want to thank you for the citizens of Beaverton and the rest of the state for your hard work. So I'd like to applaud you. Second, another major victory was restoring balanced recreational immunity back to our cities. Long live home rule. Landowners in Oregon are once again immune from civil liability when someone is injured on their property while recreating and the owner did not charge a fee for access to the land. Sorry for the technical detail there. I just can't imagine our parks and rec directors breathing a sigh of relief these days, and people have built new facilities, new attractions to bring tourism dollars to their area. They all have to be happy. So that should make us smile. Wins such as these 2 fine examples simply do not happen without our professional staff. I would like our staff to once again stand up, be it legal, advocacy, at the front desk. Would you all stand up one more time for me, please? Come on. Please, let's all applaud them. Thank you. Success also does not come without training and outreach. Your league's effort to double down on professional training and outreach this year was evidenced on a couple of fronts. And remember, the league staff is here to serve you. Pick up the phone, email, and let them interact with you. There are a lot of smart people in that office, and if they don't have the answer, they'll get you the right answer very quickly. Nearly 200 city officials from 95 cities attended the LOC Elected Essentials workshops from January through April, despite the snow in some locations. The League reports record turnouts for these workshops across the state. Likewise, I could simply, and this is a passion of mine, could not be more proud of a robust small cities network. This outstanding group of member cities continues to thrive as nearly 400 city officials attended 32 small city meetings in 8 regions across our state. Let's hear it for our Small Cities Network, the backbone of our league. And shifting over to the third arm of Oregon government, namely the legal system, trying to parallel the feds, that probably didn't work. But I really would like to salute the legal beagles in our room. What a great year. Our legal advocacy team won 4 out of 8 of the appellate cases that they were participating on all of our behalf. Let's hear it for the lawyers and for protecting home rule once again. As I begin, I will end. We are stronger together than we are alone. From our smallest city to our largest city, we are one team. In wrapping up, I would be remiss if I didn't thank my hometown, Beaverton, and most importantly for my family, for allowing me to serve you all as president of the league in 2017, with a couple of road trips throughout the state over many months to D.C., and Lord knows what's in store the last 2 months. So, Ann, I want to thank you very much for putting up with me as always. And this is no surprise. You know, Aaron, it's been a lot of fun spending time with you and the rest of the Excellent League staff while on the road, talking and learning about this great state in detail I had never seen before. It made me even more proud to say, after 31 years, I think I'm an Oregonian now. We've raised kids here, been on nonprofits, and this state rocks. And it has mountains unlike Illinois. So please stick around to congratulate our award winners. It was so much fun watching you guys get surprised. That's the best part of the night. So thank you very much, and stick around for the dessert buffet. Cheers and good night, and we'll see everybody smiling at 8 o'clock tomorrow at the business meeting. We got that? All right, thank you much.